Furby, what's up? Book release party right now. Shit, sorry, I'm literally still posting shit on socials. There's too many things, man. Like by the time I hit like TikTok and Facebook and Insta and all of me be posts and stories and whatnot. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it just got released today. Just brand new today. It's called. Have you seen about it? It's called Jesus Chan and the Return of Mayan Magic. It's this one. Oh, perfect. Then why you ask me when the book release party is? It's right now. Oh, cool. You're on the email list. Oh yeah, I figure. Is that how did you get my email in the first place? Was you on the email list? And then you just like replied or something? I mean, this is just I'm not a great party thrower, I'll be honest with you. So it's more like book release hangout and chat and talk shit and drink tea. Oh, okay. Yeah, I said that email thread. I need to go through and tweak the email list because there's some like another one of my books are free and I want to include this one. So I didn't think you'd read it. I thought your publicist or something sent this out. Yeah, right. I wish I had a fucking publicist. Too much work. Like that's what I'm literally like scrambling right now. And when you were like, oh, if you get on early, let me know. I was like, oh man, I don't know. Like I'm huffing it right now. My day job used to be in marketing, so I had to make. Oh, really? Cool. That's what. So Furby, what I do, independent of this, so I have like the author stuff, and then that fluctuates. That income fluctuates with my book sales, but then my like stable stuff is okay. So I'm on ConvertKit, but my stable. I meant maybe hoofing it. Is that the right phrase, Zebra? I don't know these things. But anyways, Furby. What I was saying is, so my like kind of the other incomes, the other income stream is all digital marketing. So I have like couple SEO clients. I have blogs that I write. I have like $30,000 in like Google ad spend a month. I have Amazon ads. I run LinkedIn ads, and not just for myself either, for like clients. That's like where like other half of shit comes in. Yeah. Well, some of them not so small. Like there's some ServPro franchises that I take care of. But that's where like it's like the book sales and books are like the moonshot and like, nice bumps and stuff, but the consistent month after month, week after week. Dude, I don't know how to convince people to let me run their. Yeah, neither do I. That's why my brother just is the salesperson in our two-person team. Look it up. Do you want to see where? Do you want to see what our website is? And so my brother is right now. My brother's in Colombia. He's like traveling all over the world. And so I don't really list the algorithmic global stuff I do anywhere because it's not really a big deal. But since you said you were in marketing, I was like, oh, maybe you'll appreciate what I do outside of Zebra. That the music with your post was perfect. Like I like that song too. Where'd you find that song? It's really good. Damn, loose leaf tea. I like a big piece of something. Yeah, digital marketing. I'm trying to shy away from social media. It's exhausting and so emotionally unfulfilling. Yeah, I know. But TikTok is just so fucking easy. Like when you get a good TikTok, it just dude, like you get like I'm telling you, on that one where I had 500,000 views, I think I made probably at least 500-600 bucks just off that one post. And so you're shooting for it, but when it hits, TikTok is different. I don't get good TikToks. You mean you don't make them? Or you don't like get how to, like is it that you don't get it? Oh, you don't make them. Yeah, you just gotta find the right sounds. Well, actually now it's harder. But now it's harder, but you can definitely it's just you gotta it's easy because the Mayan stuff, dude, native stuff on TikTok is like all the rage, right? Like native TikTok, indigenous, all this shit. And so it's like, man, this was easy as fuck. But I could like the science dude, science fiction. Um yeah, that's fine. Dude, I friend requested you on Discord, but you didn't accept. So accept it so I can you can message me. Cause then, cause I'll you can ask any questions or anything you want. Damn, now my I just got like 4 alerts from my MacBook. All right, I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it. Let's see here. All right, I'll take a look off stream, and I'll probably just message you if that's cool. Oh yeah, that's how I text too. But the only thing is that I have the on this it's muted. On this I have the alerts, and so I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Don't worry. If I had a real problem, I'll just mute this. I'll do not disturb. Percentile roll shall be a part of the wedding. Oh, okay. Damn, Zebra, you're killing it these days. Are you ahead at all, or are you still like kind of catching up? Dun dun dun. Ooh, how to write a book. I have to talk about that eventually. I'll get to it. So I'm hoping I have to look tomorrow. So what makes this book a fantasy book? Because it's magic. So it's like really okay. There's like speculative fiction is like one is like the kind of make believe type of thing, where it's like not there's like the rules of physics don't apply. Then within that there's science fiction, which is technologically based, or then fantasy, which is magic or otherworldly based. Nothing written ahead for today. Baked a butter cake and fried some fresh chicken strips and steak fries. Damn, you're eating good out here, Zebra. That sounds good as shit. I lifted today, and it kind of sucks because the lifts that I do are like cleans, but you have to come and it has to rest on your shoulders. And so I actually have like a bloody spot here, and then a bloody spot here, and then I have a big ass bruise here on my collar because you can see the collarbone. I broke it twice. It sticks up. Anyways, all this to say, after working out like that, that meal sounds bomb. Chicken was harvested this morning. Used some of the eggs in the batter. Oh man, it's like kind of ironic. I put stuff up about my book on Facebook. I put it on Instagram. I put it on TikTok. Dude, I put a shit ton of stuff on TikTok. So hope I put stories and posts about it. So hopefully that hits. The only thing I don't know if I want to do is Twitter, because like I feel like on like a Twitter thread, if I was going to do it, it would be like kind of like this story based thing of like in 1562, Friar Diego de Landa burned a shit ton of Mayan books. Then it's like only 4 survived, 1 in Mexico City, 3 in Europe. And then it's like, oh, uh, what if someone stole them and brought them back to Mexico? And what if somebody what if bringing back to Mexico unleashed indigenous magic, and then it's like plucka plow, Jesus Chan and the Return of Mayan Magic. So like, but the problem is I don't have enough followers, and I don't see people clicking on the like watch the thread. Sure, someone somewhere would wonder why I wouldn't run into town to get a chicken instead of harvesting. Yeah, right. They just don't get it, Zebra. They just don't get it, man. So Furby, you said you're working, you have mornings off and you're working tonight or something? And this is working independent of the puppet thing or whatever. There I was walking down the road. I saw a chicken, so I decided to harvest it. It's been crazy. It's been great. There's free chickens outside. I have a dress rehearsal tonight for a play I'm in. Oh, okay. This is not endurance. This is another play. I take it. Or is this endurance? Oh, okay. How was camping? Did you get any bug bites? That's what I was thinking about. I always think about. It's like getting bit by shit, mosquitoes and stuff. Rancher. We also have chickens for personal consumption and use along with fresh wild game all around. Okay, Zebra, I have a question for you. Um, how many chickens does it take to have a self-sustaining chicken operation? Like just for your family? Did a queen of kayak for 6.5 miles? Hell yeah! So one time when I was younger, Furby, I did a kayak expedition. It was like a 3 day, 3 or 4 days, I forget. But we took our tents with us, and we started. It's like in the Outer Banks, but the part of the Outer Banks is nature preserve. And so what we did was we kayaked through the sound. I forget what it was called, like something sound of something. But and then we camped on the beach, and then we kept going in the next day and stuff like that. It was pretty interesting. I got big into kayaking for a while there, and then there's a bunch of whitewater kayaking around here. There was some wild turkey left over, which was tasty. There are some mountain goats I spot. Mountain goats? Damn. Could you? Do you think that would be like you could kill those easily? Is it just as easy to get those as anything else? I feel like a mountain goat, you got to be like shooting up a cliff, and then if it falls down, all the bones break, and you got little bone fragments and shit. I don't, Furby. I don't remember. I honestly don't know. 6.5's a lot. Like, were your arms sore? And did you get burned? Like that's just a lot of sun. Way too much sun for me. Top of my head, look at this. I'd be top of my head would be bright red and peeling. We have a little over 20 chickens, with some of the workers having their own. The ladies normally trade stuff back and forth, including their gardens. Oh, that's actually a really good operation. But so question though, Zebra, if you had 20 chickens, would that be enough to have a self-sustaining egg and chicken meat operation? Or would you need a few more if you have chicken, say, twice a week? So you say a pillow fight? What is that? Like legitimately a pillow fight? Today I was blah. I'm so sore to do the kayaking and the pillow fight. I've never heard of like a serious pillow fight. That sounds kind of fun. Just interesting. Yeah, I know what a pillow fight is, but I've never heard someone say it so nonchalantly in conversation. Oh yeah, I just had a pillow fight the other day. Like, I don't know. It's like, oh yeah, the other day I did a slipper run. Like, I don't know. If you feed on fresh game, you work for it. Last white-tailed deer I stalked for a couple days before finding a nice spot to take it. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you don't know what a pillow fight is? I mean, in theory, I know what a pillow fight is. It's a racial battle with a pillow as a weapon. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I'm glad you... sounds like you enjoyed it, so I'm glad you had fun. Twice a week, I would go with double that number, but you're going to have more eggs than you know what to do it. Oh, so interesting. So having enough chickens to eat the meat, you need a fuck ton of chickens, but you can't eat eggs fast. Okay, so I guess I have another question. I don't know if this is getting too deep into the weeds, but you kind of seem like you know what you're talking about with this stuff, so I'll ask it. So let's say you want to have 4 eggs a day. With the amount of chickens it would take to have 4 eggs a day, how often could you eat chicken? I hope that makes sense. Just make mayo with all those eggs? Is that what mayonnaise is made out of? I actually had no idea what mayonnaise was made out of. I eat the same thing every day, so I'm like super boring food-wise. Speaking of chicken, I eat chicken, eggs, oatmeal. Don't forget you can make protein powder from the eggs as well. Oh, really? How do you dry it out? Because I know we used to have, so I used to work at a dessert company, and we made you know a lot of dessert ingredients, ice cream ingredients, and a couple of the things were powdered egg whites and powdered egg yolks. But I know that they had like industrial, it was Cargill, but they have industrial kind of drying and powderization operations, and so it just seems like that's like, is it easy? I guess. Tom, we did it, buddy. Did you order, or is this one still on the fence for you? All right, all right. Even just keep it as like a nice decoration. Be like, I know this guy. Boil the egg and peel it to get the white, then do an extra fine grind with a hand turn. Oh, okay, true. I need to save my pennies right now. Okay, okay. Understood, understood. Well, whenever you can, no rush. Shit, it's not going anywhere. Furby, how's your play you're writing coming along? About the book burning event. Well, that's how you know you're a writer to begin with, when you think you're terrible. So, welcome. And I've stalled and just started building. Building what? Your puppets? Yeah, we all suck. Hey, fucking men. I'm gonna be. You fuck. The friends are gonna be called, the child will be Hansel or Gretel, and you're like the witch with the candy house. The closest thing to a writer among us. Hey man, a writer is someone who writes. That's the big deal. You want to flavor the protein? Whatever you like, prefer vanilla, but so soon not make that. I wonder how much protein there is in that. And that's actually really good though, Zebra, because it's super low fat. Um, Franciscan things. Nah, you just gotta. You'll get it. You'll get it. Just keep hammering away. That's all it feels like. Like you're paddling upriver, and then every so often there's a moment where you get some progress, and then you just get back to paddling. Tom, how's your day going so far? Did you have some lessons? Ah, another trial. Dang, man, if all these trials convert, you're gonna be a busy ass dude. I'm taking anywhere from 200 300 grams of protein a day, depending on the workload. I'm really 10 days eggs and meat only. Damn. That's I mean, you stay lean like that. I'm up around 200 myself. But then I also weigh out all my food, so I know how much like I roughly know how many carbs I have and roughly know how much fat. I'm like a freak. It's really annoying. Cuz once I started, I can't stop. So it's just like, all right, well, guess this is life now. Yeah, 70% return conversion, so something takes a while before they come back. Tom, that's a good conversion rate, dude. Zebra, are you doing keto? Or no? Or Verb, are you talking to me? I'm sure as shit not doing keto. I eat like when I need to recover, I'll have like 400 or 500 grams of carbs in a day. Damn, I had 131 upvotes for my post yesterday. Omnivore, aka seafood. Amen, dude. But when you work, I mean, you're like, pretty active guy. Like you're out there working and doing shit, and so it's like you can kind of get away with eating a fuck ton. Damn, 131 upvotes. That's legit. I'm very happy about it. I need healthy snacks. Hot chips? Which kind? Or is that a brand? Cheetos hot chips. Okay. My buddy he turned me on to something called turtle chips. They're like sweet corn. Um yeah. What, to call it hot chips instead of Cheetos? Are you talking about like flaming Cheetos? Yeah, because I definitely would just say flaming Cheetos or flaming hot Cheetos. Hold on, do you say soda or pop? If you have these regional, if you have this, or is it pizza or is it pie? So you say pop? That's so fucking odd. I mean, whatever. Yeah, I'm soda and pizza, and then some people are pop and pie, which is like fucking weird as hell. But I've had some ghost chilies. Ooh. Zebra, you ever bite one into pizza? Right? Uh, Zebra, you ever bitten into the ghost chilies raw, like without any cooking or like anything? Just what I want to try. There's like a challenge online that's like one chip, like a super hot chip. I've eaten one ghost chili once. Never ever again. Hell to no. Oh my, dude, Zebra. I'm actually surprised, man. I'll be honest with you because you're like, yeah, I'll fucking fight a cougar. Psh. Puma, psh, fuck it. Coyote, no problem for me. But then you're like, no, I won't do it. I've never heard you say I won't do something again. So that means I definitely won't try it. Oh shit! I'm trying to read about what the ruling was in the Amber Heard. Oh, so the jury finds that Amber Heard defamed her former husband Johnny Depp. Interesting. I don't really care about it, to be honest with you. Just the clips have been fucking hilarious. You guys sound productive. Zebra probably has me beat on the productive because he's on the ranch and like he has a lot of things that depend on him getting up. What's my schedule? Okay, real quick. I get up at 5:45, meditate, stretch, breakfast, reading, and then by that time I'm like, and I just take my time. But then it's like I usually will sit. I'm like ass in chair by like 8 o'clock, and then from 8 to usually 10:15 ish is fiction and storytelling. From 10:30, well, really, I drive to the gym right now. But so like I take a half-hour drive, and then from like 11 till 12:30, I will work out, and then lunch at 1:30, and then from 2 to 4 is digital marketing, TikTok, social, and stuff, and then 4 to 8 is Twitch. Depending on what's going on, if I'm sleeping at nights and I'm up at 4 a.m., if other things taking place, sometimes up all night taking care of things. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Zebra, I mean, because it's like there's just a different demand for like Zebra's lifestyle, right? Like if things need to get done, like you can't. It's not even like 10 a.m. It's 10 p.m. at night, and if things need to be done by next morning, it's not even like I can still get a few hours of sleep. It's like no, I have 12 hours to get this done, and so like this is different because there's a different demand. I feel like on like that kind of lifestyle because there's other animals that depend on you and there's tasks that need to get done. Whereas like me, I'm just like I just get up and like get up and get going. Yeah, Furby 5:45. I used to be 4:45. I actually softened it. I relaxed it a little bit. I'd rather get up and then just be I'd rather get up than than stay up late. During real bad storms or other factors, we'll split it between us, and I will take the nights with a couple of others. Others will take the daytime. Yeah, I could see that. I think if I'm understanding Zebra correctly, I think it's much more of like recovery from bad storms instead of preparation. But I'm not sure. Because like if a real bad storm comes in, they gotta like there's a whole bunch of things that need to get built and repaired and taken care of, and livestock needs to be found, and this, that, and the other. I don't know. Oh, sorry. Depending on which grazing range they are on, we will monitor them. Lost one a couple years ago to a lightning strike. I'm gonna download your book with Kindle Unlimited. Don't want. Oh, yeah, I want to pay for it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, dude, get in there. Get in there and start reading it. Hopefully, it's like kind of it catches you pretty quick. That's my goal. Because it's not that long either. It's like a pretty quick read. Because I can't stand like stories that drag on. So I'm like, yo, we're just gonna get through this. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a good ass time, and one thing will lead to the next, and we're done. Read for us. All right, I'll read the. Let's see. What do we have? I'll read the very first scene. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Martinez, for that wonderful introduction, the young man said in English as he took the stage. His well-fitting light gray suit looked custom-made, with the slightest break at his black wingtips, and the product in his black hair, parted at the side, shone in the glare from the studio lights overhead. He started pacing across the stage, the red TEDx logo behind him, nodding his head as if gathering his thoughts. It's been 3 years since we've determined, conclusively, that the Maya Codex housed at the National Museum of Anthropology here in Mexico City is, in fact, the fourth existing example of Mayan writing that survived the Spanish conquest, he said without a hint of nerves. He turned to the monitor and pointed the remote in his hand at the massive screen hanging behind him, bringing up a scan of a torn light brown page. In the center were two human figures drawn in the Mayan style, one standing while holding a rope that wrapped around the kneeling second figure's neck. Mayan script surrounded the figures. And what have we learned since then? Behind me is the god of death. Man, you talk so much better than you, Rodrigo said to Jesus in Spanish, pulling both friends' attention away from the video they watched on Rodrigo's phone. Jesus reached forward, turned off his friend's phone, and caught a glimpse of his own reflection in the dark screen. While his twin didn't have a single hair out of place, his own messy hair covered part of his high forehead with slight curls. Jesus stood a little straighter, hoping he could capture for himself the way Hunapu, who went by Hugh, seemed in complete possession of himself and the way he presented to those around him. Did you get it? Spank us with it. Tom, you're wild, man. I'm so excited to read your book. My idea for my next play sounds similar, but I don't know how similar because I haven't read yours. Shit, even if I have the exact same idea, the way you write it and the way I write it are going to be completely different, so it's fine. Grazing range is a specific plot of land designated for grazing purposes based on size. There's the head to feed on it versus the head to feed on it, the grass type it's available, nutrients, etc. And if any additional supplementation is required due to the range, weather, climate, etc. So in winter, when grass is less, supplementation is given with what we call cattle cake, which is a mix of hay or silage, wheat. Yeah, Furby, when he first said something about supplementation, I had no idea what he was talking about. No, Tom, it's like, I purposely, I like having them like this length. Because this is only one person's perspective, too, so it's just boom, boom, boom. Like, my goal is for you to, get through it so fast that you don't even realize that you've just been reading. Where we are at does not rain much, so we work with subterranean aquifers with various windmills and watering areas throughout the property. It's interesting how much technology is used so that you can do what you do, Zebra. You read nicely. Oh, thank you, Tom. In the 200s. Yeah, this is 220 pages. Wow, this weekend on the kayaking trip I went on, my friends and I were saying how we didn't actually know what a windmill does besides spin when it's windy. Yeah. I think they all end up turning water into steam. Or no, you won't need steam because you have you can generate electricity from that. Because the whole point of generating steam is that we can turn the turbine. I guess it's just like you just create electricity from the movement. You just have the gears go down. When it does rain, you have to watch out for plains flooding and overrun on the northern stream about 8 miles north of me. Oh, nice, Tom. So Jesus Chan can be one of your first books that you read on there. Windmills are wind-driven pumps to bring the water up from a well or aquifer. Oh, okay. That makes sense. But there's also, Zebra, there's also wind farms that generate electricity, right? Like, it's not just for pumps. I mean, I can always look this up, so. Yeah, amen. Furby, what city are you in? Oh, yeah, dude, get in there. Stick with the, stick with the Kindle version? Yeah, no. You'll get it eventually. You'll get the paperback eventually. This day and age, you can attach a generator to one and have it charge a deep cycle battery to an electrical pump. Yeah. Okay, I need to get stuff out of my sister's car and then get ready for this gesture. Oh wait, I actually remembered. Oh, you have big news, Furby? Oh, Tom. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. You will be in time. You will be in time. I'm not worried. What? So the rating my player reached out to an art center in Merida to give my player a read for sensitivity. It's not written all the way yet, but anyway, he's coming to the same city as me by chance, and he's coming on Saturday. Oh, nice. Are you guys gonna meet up? Oh, Dune is good. My brother. So when we were in Merida, when November, and we stayed near a couple arts type stuff. Dude, that's gonna be awesome, Furby. Congrats on the connect. That's dope. We do have a pump house for our house, which is run by an electric pump charged by solar. And you know how to work with rattlesnake hide. Oh, Furby, that's dope. You guys are like besties. I love it. Furby, I think you're good luck with that plea. Yeah, but his does he? I mean, but does he speak English though? But his Spanish is really good because why is his? Well, if he's from Merida, wouldn't he just have good Spanish because he's from Merida? Like, I don't, I don't understand how because he's an artist contributes to his Spanish being really good. Yeah, dude, I'm like absolutely not. I'm terrible at Spanish. Dude, fifth graders. I wish I had a fifth graders. I barely got by in Mexico, but I did get by. Barely though. Oh, whatever. You'll be fine. Oh, true. Yeah, that makes sense. Is your play in Spanish though? Whenever I feel guilty about not knowing Spanish, I just remember that it's a colonizer language, and then I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. It's in English, but I really want Mayan dialectic phrases. Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool. There's a lot of Yucatec speakers down there. Just go down there. Yeah. I think it'd be hard to include Spanish and Yucatec without without like highlighting the fact that Spanish is a colonizer language. Oh, okay. Oh, so you guys like fucking, you know, co-Mexican. You guys are both Mexicans from Merida. You guys are gonna get along great. But they're very much not indigenous. Oh, okay. I had to be super careful to clarify that, like, my grandmother was like full indigenous, but then my dad, and then my dad's rather as well. But I'm half white, so it's like there's people that go on me all the time on TikTok in my comments because they're like, "You're not even XYZ." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I don't claim to be indigenous myself. I say my grandmother was, and I'm very clear about that. But they go in if I like do anything too far into the indigenous part. It's like it's such a fine line. So I'm just like, you know what? You guys clearly aren't like I can't help that my dad married a white chick, but my grandmother was, and so it's whatever. That is big news, Furby, though. I'm happy for you. That's exciting. Are you gonna have a potential ending for him? I'm scared people are going to be going at me too. It's not my fault that some people made sure I wouldn't know my roots. Right? Yeah, that's kind of the worst. That's low key the worst part. But again, as long as it yeah, zebra. A lot of it's not even just necessarily the Mexican part. It's the like indigenous part. Because if you okay, so that like if you are like Yucatec or like what is it Quechua or Kichi whatever, um like in Guatemala and stuff, it's like there's like a whole nother set of um like barriers to you even within Spanish. You're the Spanish, like the Spanish speaking country, and then it's like I don't know, and so that's why they're just like you can't claim this in XYZ. It's just a whole fucking thing. Simple with people like that. It's called grill check. What the fuck's a grill check? Dude, Tom, I'm kind of self-conscious that you bought like Jesus Chan and you also bought Dune. Like Dune is like an all-time classic. Like won like all sorts of fucking awards and stuff. Nervous and honored. And yours has that Harry Potter effect. Yeah, like brand new. Dude, I wish I'd said it. I wish I had like the beginning of like set it up like the beginning of Harry Potter. I'm not gonna read the whole the Dunes. Yeah, dude, it's not worth it. I read the first. I think I read the first two or three, and it was like after the first one, the second was okay. Third it was just like, all right, I'm done. I actually like the length of Where They Burn Books, Elsewhere Burn People. No, I agree, but even so, Furby, that's two books that are that's two separate books that are this length. That's why when you combine them, it's yeah. I hadn't read fiction in a long time and ate that book up. It's got me. Oh, that's nice. I'm very happy with that. I'm happy that you were able to read it, or that got you back into reading. That's like the best compliment I think I've heard. I mean, lots of history textbooky stuff, and I'm exhausted. Yeah, that'll get you. I always listen a lot of the. If I can find it, I'll try and read those type of books on, or I listen to those. I'll do them in audiobooks. Farewell to Arms. I think I've read that, but I don't remember. So I guess if I did, it wasn't. I didn't find it memorable, and if I didn't, well, I was seeing if I had it on my bookshelf. But I can't see it, so maybe I haven't read it. It's like an existential war book. That's heavy. Didn't he? He would start off as like a war journalist though, so that sounds right up his alley. Or like having his dialogue, so it's all right. Ooh, I mean, I may have to give him another shot. I think I literally read like one or two things maybe from him, and I was just like, but there's a reason why he's like Hemingway, right? I'm reading Murakami right now, and I'm just like, man, no wonder this guy is like on the short list for the Nobel Prize every year. Sun Also Rises. Is that the one that I think it's like spell what you're reading out? Oh, what? Haruki Murakami. Oh, like what I'm reading right now? Like the author? Dude, he's like hands down my favorite author. Like no, I've literally had read every single fiction book of his. I have like a first edition in English translation. He's Japanese, and then I'm reading a book called Colorless Sukuru Tazaki and His Years of Pilgrimage right now, and I'm just like, it's like this. It's like watching a fucking master at work. I can't get over it. Every time I'm just like, it's like the most. It's almost like the most boring thing on earth. But then you're just like, but you just get it. I don't know. It's like so hard to describe. But yeah, he's shortlisted. He's been shortlisted, dude. Every year for the Nobel Prize, he's like short. He's like everyone's like, oh, is this the year? Is this the year? But it won't be. Everyone says it won't be because he's too. What's I forget? It's like he's not like he doesn't like call attention to anything, any important issues or any new type of whatever. Well, there's two books that I read start to finish in one sitting. Literally, the one I'm reading now is I'll put a link. And I can't even explain it why it's like so good, but it just is. Like it's like he puts words to thoughts that are just in the way he explains them are just so spot on that they resonate, and then you're just like and you're going back and forth with the book. Um those are the two books that I read in one sitting. Like I think I was up until 4:30 a.m. and I had to wake up the next day at 6, so I got like an hour of sleep when I read Colorless. And then the third book I read in one sitting was The Hobbit. Dude, amen. My to read list is just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And then the worst part is when people give me books, I feel like I'm like obligated, like right, like I just recommended these, but like let's say I gave you the physical copy, and I'm like, oh, you got to read this, right? Well, then me personally, feel like super obligated to read it, and I'm just like, oh man, like all right, let me just knock this out real quick. Are you on Goodreads? I have a link to my Goodreads in all my emails. If you you can see what I'm reading now. I get through a good amount of books a year. I think last year was like 65 or something. Just chipping away all the time. Yeah, right? All right. Never mind. Dude, I don't even remember fucking first year of high school. That was a dark time. Did any of you guys see Top Gun, the new Top Gun movie? I thought it was gonna bomb in the box office this weekend, but it actually did really well. Isn't it boomer? Yeah, dude. It like took apparently guys 35, like men 35 and older, like pushed this to like an all time. It's like the number one Memorial Day release movie of all time. But which is wild because I'm about to turn 34 in a week. I guess not a week. Oh shit! Tom and Zebra, our birthdays are here. It's our birthday month. So Furby, it's wild. We were talking. It turns out Tom and Zebra are born June 11th, and I'm June 12th. That's why we get along so well. Pride Month too. A fucking men. That's always fun because usually I'll celebrate my birthday in DC somewhere, and Pride Month it's always the same weekend as the Pride Parade, and so yeah. And then I don't know, like I mean, I'm sure you know, like there's some Spanish people or like that are really like get really caught up about gay rights and stuff, and they're like kind of anti-gay. And so some of my friends won't come to my birthday if it's like near the Pride parade. I'm like, you guys are fucking lame. It's like, good. I don't want you as friends anyways. Kick rocks. It is a good. It is a yeah, exactly. It is a good time though because a lot of times my birthday party will be like at some bar or something, but then it's like going crazy because everyone's like it's Pride Parade, so introduce them to a group called Molotov. Introduce my friends. I assumed he was talking about Molotov cocktail, but I have no idea. Damn, Zebra, you know more about Mexican shit than I. I mean, I'm not even Mexican, so I don't really care. But they have a song called "Puto," which is very homophobic, but it's a great song. Yeah, see, it's just like some just yeah. That's another song. That's pretty funny though. Find their song "Chinga tu madre." Nachito, what's up, man? You probably know about this shit. They're talking about Molotov, the band. Tired from what? They're a Mexican American band that raps against injustice in Mexico and also on border patrol people. Furby, thank you for that. I needed the clip notes real quick. Nah, but I know about mana. Similar to Los Tigres. That's what. So that's why my dad wanted me. So I have the book Education of a Wetback. My dad wanted me to name it 3 times a wetback because of Tres Veces Mojado. Yeah, it's my dad's favorite band. Oh shit, Nacho, you got it taken out? How you feeling, buddy? Is your mouth swollen as fuck? Furby, you ever have a pregame? Just play Los Tigres? Yeah, bit. Does it feel better though? Oh, it's the worst. La Granja was directed at Vicente Fox. Oh shit, I didn't know that. I went to pregame all the time, but I don't because I think I'd be an alcoholic if I drank everything I heard. Confirmed. Hey, he's over there. Shit, Zero, how often are you over there? At least once a week? Twice a month? You know, it's wild. Your grandma snuck into really, dude. That's a wild story. It's like her claim to fame. Twice or more a month. Yeah, dude. Zebra was your life. Furby, he literally lives on. He can see the Rio Grande from his back porch. So he literally lives like on the border, and he's married to a Mexican. Like his wife's Mexican. Yeah. Nachito, it's still though, dude. Just hearing about that story and like how she got in and what it was like. Yeah, Furby, he's told us a bit about like times that he's met or like seen people what's it called? Like crossing the border and stuff. And like sometimes he said recently there's a couple that were ill prepared for the weather and they were like almost dehydrated, so he had to help them and stuff. I'm Santiago from the museum. All right, Tom, bet. That's all you, man. Do you? So Tom, you've already made your way in there a bit. I was asked to design a puppet that looks like Wolf, but the wolf has a spirit of the. Hold on. I was asked to design a puppet that looks like Wolf, but the wolf but looks like a wolf, but the wolf has the spirit of the border wall in it. I'm going to make it like an industrial wolf with bars, an empty plastic water jugs and barbed wire. Dude, Furby, guys, let's help Furby out. I am actually probably pretty bad at this. I'm no, I'll tell you right now, I'm terrible at this. I am not visual at all, so I got nothing. A puppet that looks like a wolf, this with the spirit of the border wall. Fuck, man, just make a wolf with the fucking border patrol in a border patrol costume. Cadejo. Is this what which play is this for? Oh, okay. Dude, they're like Sirius Black in Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh, interesting. Yeah. All I know about Salvadoran like folklore is Cipitillo. In Guatemala, it says here in Guatemala and El Salvador, the legend of El Cadejo revolves around La Ciguanaba and El Cipitillo. Necesito dos chupacabras for that. Basically, a boogeyman. In this case, this play it represents the border wall. So I've been trying to come up with an imagery that captures that. Oh, dude, Nachito, 100%, man. Everyone's fucking corrupt over there. Tom. Here I am, hanging out, just me, good at Spanish. La 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 la. Don't mind me. Did you get Tom? Did you get to the first chapter of the book yet? There you go. Show him what's up. Oh, okay. So represents the border wall. A wolf representing the border wall. Federales, you can deal with Mexican militaries about they don't play in if they say or do. Dude, yeah, I would not mess with them. Here they have to move some of my sister's car. I've been stalling. I also had to pee, but I got too excited. Furby, I hope you don't have kidney damage. And enjoy your evening. Have fun at the. You said it was a dress rehearsal, I think. Have a good time. See, the military there go somewhere else because they're not there without a reason. Where, at the border? Later. I saw Mexican when I was in Merida. They had the Mexican military um going through the streets for something, and they were like, look, it was weird because they were looking for they were there because of COVID. So over there was no vaccinations yet when I had gone, and the mask mandate was still like very much a thing, and so they would drive around in like their open back Jeep or whatever, and then they would try and get people to wear their masks. This is old news, but did you ever hear about the American mercenaries from the USA that caught doing such shit? No, I did not. That's fucking wild. They aren't corrupt, and the border is large, rough, and porous. They don't have the numbers to do much, and most of the time they're operating with one hand tied behind them. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that, but I still think I think everyone's corrupt. Like across, like I think police officers are like corrupt. It's just I think there's so many people that are just that are that see an other, whether it's a black other, a Spanish other, a type of person different than them, and I think that that type of person exists everywhere. And I think there's just like I think there's cops that like only join the police force because they want to have power, not because they want to help people. I think the same thing with border patrol. There's I just don't think there's any pure. I don't think there's any purity in any organization like anywhere. But I mean, like I said, I do think they're doing their best, and it's a thankless job that's like pushing a rock up a gigantic hill. Like there's just no good way to do it. Nacho, you get some like fucking dark shit on your TikToks and stuff, and you're like really plugged into like some interesting news. Shit. I'm gonna put that one in. Oh, what? I wish when you put a tweet in the Discord, it would show up as the tweet instead of the link. So Zebra, how much of your protein powder the egg protein powder, do you keep in reserves? Ooh, Tom, you did it. Shit, hold on. Let me see how chapter 1 ends. I don't even remember this shit. Oh yeah, these chapters are so short. I love it. It's just not even letting friends in the museum. Yeah, dude. It's different. Bell is a tour guide. And I say they're raising anything like that. I'm saying I think they turn a blind eye to the crime that happens there. Making me underestimate the influence and power of the cartel. Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, Zebra would know more than me because he's like on the border. So Santi says Jesus is a good one though. Okay. A quart sitting behind you. Making a mango lemon smoothie. Okay. So like I have to. So I pretty much scoop or two. Okay, because I use like the big like the optimum nutrition, like the you know what I'm talking about, like the actual protein powder, like the big jugs. And that lasts me like a month. Yeah, Tom, isn't it wild? There's one in Mexico City, one in Dresden, Germany, one in Paris, and one in Madrid. Now, why they're not all in Mexico, I have no fucking clue. And it's not even like kind of, oh, they belong to everyone. They were like, it's like, nah, dude, these like literally are just them. It was spontaneously like writing was like created in a separate area by them, and then that's that. Cartels in Mexico are scary, man. They dead ass fought off multiple national armies and won against them. I always wonder what would happen if not what would happen, like what would the world look like if the Mexican government could guarantee against the cartels, right? Like for example, you heard about the avocados, like the avocado farmers who were getting shaken down by the car, or like the inspectors that got like harassed by the cartels for money or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, this is a very real risk that American companies have for investing in Mexico. And so it's like if however they had to do it, if for somehow they could get like Mexico could get their cartel problem under control, it would be better for infrastructure, and there'd be more investment from United States. But like as of right now, if you can't even be assured that your inspectors for avocados can go between the farms without being harassed, well, like how the fuck can you open up like a big ass factory or something? I don't know. I just think about like what if they could get that shit under control. Thing about hard art is dispersed so differently. Countries can share them and see them. Not all. Tom, that's right, but this is also like this isn't just art. This is like a cultural artifact that, like, I mean, then again, yeah. I mean, yeah, like that's a cultural artifact as well. Um, but this is like, an like disconnected, right? Like even like a Van Gogh, he had like they were connected cities and countries. So like his mom might have immigrated, and there's all this shit. Like these are literally like this spontaneous creation of something in Mexico. And so it's like this isn't like, and Mexico has no power in this situation, right? Like it's different if Mexico had power and they were letting them take the codices. It's instead they were taken and Mexico's like, sorry, don't know what the fuck to tell you, and like you can't have it, and then that's that. So it's just like it's where does the power lie? Uh, Not turn a blind eye, but hamstrung by laws and regulations as to what they can and cannot do. This administration has done them or anyone else any favors. If you want to get into the depths of it, an incredible amount have been harmed because of the BS policies from up north. You're saying a bunch of the border patrol agents have been harmed. Where once they would go out to attempt to rescue, now they have to weigh whether or not it's worth the legal risk because they know the admin would rather prosecute than back them. Interesting. Zebra, what do you think about open borders? I know this isn't the first time that anyone's ever said it, right? So like in my head, in theory, right? It's just like it just makes sense to let, if people want to come in, they let them come in. But I'd like to hear from your perspective because you have a vastly different life experience than I do. Yeah, dude, Nachito, Zebra, like, well, I mean, Zebra lives this shit, so he like sees it firsthand. Like, I think, like in my head, I'm like, yeah, let them all in, but it's like, well, there's safety concerns, there's X, Y, there's shit that I just, and I know, I like to think that I, like the 4 stages, unconscious incompetence. I'm like consciously incompetent. Like I know that I'm an idiot about certain things. I know that I don't know. And so like, that's where I'm like, okay, I think this, but I'm not sure. Um, yeah, but that's why I like to ask Zebra. Cause I mean, well, one, he's like been there, done that in his life, but then two, he also like is right there, you know? No to open borders. Neither country can afford it economically or socially. The problems in Mexico are here too much as. Oh, okay, yeah. They have to open it, do it to California, and enjoy the war. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, though, all like additionally, right? Like, even if they are open, you have to have. I feel like there has to be a certain line that has to be that, like, just from like a description factor, right? Like who gets resources, government resources. There has to be a line, and there has to be some sort of enforcement of this line because if the line's blurred, you can't provide, not even enforce, but you can't provide stuff like whatever resources that you would need. So it's like I could see why open borders is like a terrible idea. I do, but it's just like my gut's like, yeah, fucking let them in. But I mean, I just don't. That's not my lived experience. I'm all the way up in DC, you know. Geeta, come here, old bones. Damn, I'm like I follow a group on Twitter, a dude on Twitter, and they literally just put out like someone just threw away their Christmas tree. The biggest problem with open borders is the national security risk. There are multiple times where people from other countries have tied that too. Yeah, like all sorts of different, bad actors. They proved Mexico took not to go for the possible invasion of Germany into the U.S. Yeah, but like I said, it's just always so interesting because if Mexican government could get a hold of the cartels, then there'd be more investment from the United States. But like right now, you can't even ensure that inspectors can go down there and do their job without worry. And so it's like, yeah, that too, Tom. It's Rascal Kita. Guest appearance. She's not on here very often because she's usually sleeping. Hey, buddy. Look who it is. Kita, all your fans are out there. Say hi to them. Hurry, quick. Don't do anything so they know you're paying attention. I swear this dog has licked me one time. One time in 3 months. I remember I was about to like let her into the room and I went down and then she licked my cheek. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know you could lick. Dead ass. I might read your book now instead of Apex. Dude, Tom, if it hooks you, it hooks you. I can't be held responsible for that, buddy. Do you have friends getting on Apex already? Good girl, Kita. You old rascal dog. No. Oh, COD and Fortnite, huh? I mean, those are both good games. I never really got into Fortnite like that, but I mean, I've played a fuck ton of COD. The only thing I miss, and I'll be honest with you, after playing Destiny for so long, what I miss about COD is the is sniping. Like sniping would be so clutch if I could do it. Or like if I could do it in Destiny. But it's like, but in COD, you go in there and you're just like, bah, 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 killing it. The hell? All right, let's do my question for today. We are at 131. My biggest fear is happening is people are voting based on emotions instead of objective truth and facts. I love my people and I would want nothing more than to have an open border, but the reality is the risk to communities economically get risk for drugs, and where the cartel a lot of room free, there will be nothing but death and tragedy. Yeah. I mean that seems very, very reasonable. Really? But Zebra, like almost like in response to that though, there's also there's a mindset that like once you're here, it's like you need to do everything you can to distance yourself and become American and separate from the Mexican. So it's like I'm not at all implying that they feel like that, but I'm just saying like that's also that's the only thing I would think of as to why um a lot of Mexicans might say no. But no, I mean, it's like I said, like that's why I literally like defer to you, man. I don't live at the border, right? Like it's like saying like, oh, should we have open border Canada? I don't fucking know. I don't live at the border in Canada either. Like, just like you when you if you were saying, oh, should I don't know, should boats go all the way to DC? And I'm just like, what does that have to do with like I don't know. It's just different. Even families just OJ and around the area. What's OJ? Yeah, no, I mean, again, like if it seems to me, having talked to somebody at the border who has probably a better idea of it, then it's like that's probably the right the you guys are almost like the boots on the ground. So it seems like yeah, each side of the river knows the risk, and it would honestly destroy both countries to do so. Yeah, I can 100% see that. Ohinaga. Is that in Mexico? Sorry, my yeah, interesting. Like I've like gone back and forth on it because I do believe that there's like a certain amount of like ideas flourish when you have a fuck ton of people. But I think that like also relaxing citizenship rules and stuff like that would also could also contribute. Problem. I think what does need to change is the way that people are able to live in the United States. For those that do get citizens, they make it hard as fuck. That's true. Use California as a test. True. We were invading to retake it inside of 2 years. Nah, dude, it'd probably just be miserable. I don't know about retaking it, but it'd probably just be like it'd just be shitty. Because you have to isolate California, most wouldn't be against that anyways. Yeah, that's true. What was it that California was about to do something? I'm trying to think. They were literally it was oh my gosh. What the fuck was it? Oh, they're potentially doing the largest gun buyback program in the nation. That's what it is. Ba, ba, ba. All right. So, how to write a book. The first thing I think you should think about is the character. Um, Introduce a problem, figure out what they want, and then by the end of the book, they should have fulfilled that desire, or not gotten it, but there should be a closure about that desire. So that's like kind of a general story. But if you're going to write an entire book, you need to flesh that out. There needs to be all sorts of supporting characters. There needs to be different situations and scenarios and obstacles. There needs to be a battle. And so all this kind of comes into play when you start outlining. So of course you can just write it, get it through, and there's a chance that you do write a good story and it turns into book length. But there's also a very real chance that it just piddles along and doesn't really go anywhere, and then gets to the end and you really don't have a story. So the best way to write a book, once you get like the bones of a story, work with a developmental editor and work on a outline and figure out. There's a bunch of books out there with outlines. My favorite is The Anatomy of Story by John Truby. But figure out what the different points that you need to hit on your story and then expand those. Make sure your protagonist always has shit happening to him that he's like actively choosing. You don't want to just have a passive character. So have your main character choose what to do in the story, and then eventually you'll have when you kind of work with outline, get a developmental editor, then you will end up with a book. Sorry, I just want to make a quick clip for TikTok and YouTube. Dude, California is wild, man. They're like it's like a whole nother world. But dude, like the coasts are a whole nother world. Like Zebra, do you agree with that? That the coasts are a whole nother world? Like between like California, like the California to Seattle is one weird thing, and then Florida to Maine is another weird thing. And then the middle is like, yeah. I mean, I know that I live in like a weird bubble. Oh shit. My friend emailed me and was like, you don't put where you can buy your book anywhere. And I was like, shit. Like they write. Let me see if I can add a quick story. Perfect. I've been to Cali in years and honestly they couldn't pay me to visit. I love it. Ugh. This is annoying. My friend had a good point. He's like, yo dude, you didn't say where you can buy your book. And I'm like, fuck. So I have to like sit here and see how I can get this link out here. Here we go. All right, let's go here. I mean, the weather, the consistent weather is the best part. Because you guys don't have like the super fucking there's no like super cold and super hot, right? Spider pig, spider pig. But I once spent my money visiting. Yeah. Is there a way to post a link? Jeez. I want to use my. I want to use my Amazon affiliate code, but President laws and policies, even if they paid my way, I would not go. They should use that funding to fix themselves first. Spoken like a true Texan, zebra. All right, dude. Keeping up. I'll be honest with you. Keeping up on all this, like book release stuff and like who's seeing what and who's seeing the other thing. It's a lot, man. And then it's like all of this, and then it's just like, and then I'll look tomorrow and be like, oh great, 10 books or something like that. But 10's still better than nothing. We're getting there. True. In a few days, guys, I'm gonna ask for a like a review on the new book to try and get a few 5 stars built in there, so that way it looks good. If you don't feel comfortable with it, completely fine. But if you could, just some quick review ratings and reviews would be much appreciated. But not now, not now. I'll tell you when. It's probably gonna be sometime next week. I want to give it a few days to see what happens. But my biggest fear when I put out a book is that for whatever reason, one person is gonna fucking hate it and then just put a 1 star review, and it's like even 1 out of 5. Out of 5 reviews, there's 1 1 star, and then there's like 5, whatever. Then it's just like you're blown. Like I'm toast. Take a break from your PC this week. Oh shit. Okay, no Destiny. No hanging out on stream. Oh no, we still hang. You have your phone, but just no Destiny. What inspired your break, Nacho? Oh, you're on your phone right now. Zebra, like, and that's kind of my point, right? Like, it's like I understand that somebody might not like it, and I just don't want that one star to be like overvalued on the average. You know what I mean? My favorite saying like that is like you can be the biggest, juiciest peach in the world, but some people don't like peaches. I'm just like, ain't that the fucking truth? Yeah, no video games. Okay, next time, Nacho. Next time, like you let me know when you get back on, and we can and we'll see what's up. Well, are you on any medicine? Yeah, Zebra. He said his tooth's out. Oh God, is there like a hole there that you can feel with your tongue? Like, can you do that? Nah, no hole. They sewed it up with a couple of stitches. Yeah, but I'm saying there's like still a gap in there, isn't there? Like where the tooth was? Yeah, amen. Zebra, that's the truth. I think they will fill it with bone. But like, what are you gonna have a fake tooth? Like in the spot where they pulled the tooth? Yeah, I think 4 to 6 months I can get an implant. Oh, okay. So you won't just have a hole in your mouth forever. Hmm. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, that was nice. Dang. I didn't even see somebody got on here and then they subscribed. I didn't even see them. Well, that's nice of them. Nice little surprise. They followed and subscribed for a month. I love that. Now there might be the option to put my wisdom tooth into the empty plate. What? That sounds wild to me. Wouldn't your wisdom teeth tooth be too big though? I'll need to have mouth guards that have a tooth. Yeah, because I guess they could shift a little bit. Interesting. Dude, dental work is like so fucking fascinating. They have this powder they can fill it with that will harden up stronger than... Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, see, like, that's wild. Like, that they can create a... like, such a powerful, safe, powder that's harder than bone. Like, that's wild to me. Dang, there's a lot of writers on Twitch. I'm going against some heavy hitters on here. Eh, I like it. Makes me up my game. But all right, let me take a quick break, feed this rascal dog of mine, and then I will be right back and hopping on Destiny. So, BRB.